There it is. We got the green light. Welcome, Power Team. This is our first ever Power Team Leadership Spotlight with brand new 5K affiliate, soon to be 10K affiliate, like any day now. Mr. Cory Reynolds. Cory, say hello to the Power Team, my friend.
Hello, Aaron and Power Team. How are you guys doing?
Woohoo! All right, guys. So let me get into a couple quick things, and then I'm going to bring Cory out to absolutely blow your mind. First of all, this is the Power Team group. This is where you are. Do me a huge favor. I know there's going to be a lot of you watching the recording of this, which is great. I love you guys. I'm so glad you're here watching the recording. Go ahead and don't ask questions if you're watching the recording until the very, very end, because we're going to be going through a lot of stuff. For those of you on live, you're here live with us. You're going to be able to ask questions live. That's why you always want to be on live trainings if you can. And this is where you want to post your live questions. It's in the Facebook group on this post, and you'll be able to ask questions, and Cory and I will be answering your questions right here on Facebook in this post. Also, do me a quick favor. When you click on the link and it opens up to YouTube, go ahead and click like right here. Hit the like button. That's going to help the video have more social proof. It's going to look great when new people on the team look at the video. Click the little like button right there on YouTube. Awesome. Also, don't send this training to anyone. This is not for prospects. If you do, then we'll kick you out of the Power Team group. This is a private training only for Power Team members. And guess how everybody on the Power Team can get access to this training is right here inside of our Power Team group. We are going to be archiving these trainings, these leadership spotlight trainings, in the files, which is right over here on the far left. You see files. This is where you can always find them. So keep that in mind. All right, so quick roll call. We've got Sydney, Tim. Drop a comment, even if you're watching the recording. Let us know who's here. We've got Jonathan, Marinda, Scott, Peter, Desmond, Ron, Norm. Awesome. And I know there's many more of you watching right now. Maybe you're on YouTube, so you can't comment in the Facebook group, which I understand. But this is where you want to be. This is where we want you to engage with us right here on this post in the Facebook group. So let's go ahead and dive in to this training, our first ever Leadership Spotlight training with Cory Reynolds, blazing a trail. Everybody wants to know, how'd you do it? What are you doing? Let's talk about the stats, the numbers. So basically in 9 days, you hit the rank of 5K affiliate. Now, for the sake of time, we're not going to get into, well, how do I go 5K affiliate? Like, what do I need to do to go 5K affiliate? We've got that covered in the Facebook group. Check the Facebook group. You can ask in there. We have it all broken down for you. This training is going to share, what did Cory do? How did he do it? And all of you want to right now just get flat out excited beyond belief and shoot for this rank, because executive, which is where most of you are, the next rank in the comp plan, which is a pretty decent jump, is 5K affiliate. And at 5K affiliate, you're getting more in the comp plan. You also can get a $500 bonus, $500 cash bonus one time after you have 5K for 3 months. And you start getting a $150 monthly car bonus. So 5K affiliate is really exciting. And you want to get flat out jacked up right now about hitting this rank. And we're committed to helping you do it. So let's dive in. Cory Reynolds. Awesome. Share with the Power Team. I'm going to be sharing some stuff that you want me to pull up, and I'm just excited to be here. Let's do this.
Good. Well, right back at you, Mr. Aaron Parker. I got to tell you guys that, I'm always the one that's going to make sure I start with a little bit of a jab back. So I told Aaron we're not going to be more than 30 minutes today. So for those of you guys that know Aaron Parker, you'll know that is a massive miracle. To keep a call to 30 minutes. So I am putting it on you right now. How do you feel about
that? I'm a little nervous. I don't think I've ever done a 30-minute training. So I'm just going to follow your lead on this one, bro.
Awesome. Hey, well, you know what? The reason that I'm working with Aaron, you guys, just so you guys all know, is I love Aaron's excitement. When you are in a business like this, when you can have a leader at the front that's kind of kind of blazing the trail, you need somebody like that at the very, very top that's just got that energy and got that passion. I'm a little bit more of a laid back, calm individual. So it's important to know that you don't have to be like Aaron Parker to be successful. So don't feel that you need his kind of persona to succeed. You can have that kind of calm and more reserved nature and still see a ton of results. But I want to start this way because a lot of you guys are probably brand new to the power team. Some of you guys have been in the industry before. Some of you guys haven't. And I just want to start with this. I think it's so important because right after you join something like this, if you're going to go out and you're going to do exactly what Aaron and I are going to tell you to do on this call here today, you have got to be in the right mind frame. And this is what I see over and over and over and over again. And I want you guys to all take this very, very seriously. Never forget what I'm about to say. Be very careful who you take advice from. I can tell you guys that you want to make sure you are only taking advice from people that have what you want. And let me ask you, does Aaron Parker have what you want, right? Well, the chances are that you probably feel like that's a big, big yes, right? Do you want to go do what I just did in the last 9 or 10 days here and get 33 people enrolled in only 33 days? Well, once again, that's the kind of person that you want to take advice from. And what I see far, far, far too much, and I just want to nail this out there before we get into the actual documents, is sometimes after you join something like this, you might have a family member, you might have somebody that kind of comes in and kind of goes after your dreams a little bit or tells you it can't be done. Well, let me tell you, don't take advice from broke people. Only take advice from people that have what you want. You are in a great place right now with great leadership, great system. So let's all go out and knock it out together. So I just wanted to say that first, Aaron. I am sure you agree with me. But that said, if you don't mind, when you're ready, if you can pull up that MDC private message document for me so everyone can have it in front of themselves right now. So the MDC private message. And I got to tell you guys, this is just Aaron Parker, except this is Cory bringing in his calm, reserved nature and just putting it in a very duplicatable way. Basically, I said, hey, Aaron, what's your message, right? And he sent me like 5, right? Because that's Aaron Parker, right? Cory is a little bit different. He's going to be like, here is the one message, because I don't want to give people anything to think about other than to say, just do this. So what I love about Aaron is he's got the great skill of putting it together. And so I need to make sure I pass credit back because I did not make this message. I simply said, Aaron, what do you send? He said, I send this. I said, okay. And so I threw it in my document and I just started using it. So here's what I want you guys.
By the way, Cory, sorry guys, you don't have to write this down, so don't worry about that. Just listen to the words that are coming out of Cory's mouth. We're gonna put these, all of this that you're looking at, all of these documents will be put in the group, and it'll be easily accessible right here on this video. So don't worry about that.
Awesome, that's perfect. So here's what I want everybody to understand: is this is the simplest and the easiest thing that you could ever do to get results online. All right. Very simple. Anybody with half of a brain can do what Aaron and I are teaching you guys to do today. Okay. But there's a big difference between being able to do something and actually doing it. Right. You know, Aaron's, yeah, he's a smart guy, but Aaron, I don't mean to take a shot at you now. I was taking a shot at you at the beginning, but I don't know how brilliant you are, right? You may be brilliant, you may not be, but the point that I'm trying to make is that you don't need to be brilliant to do what we're teaching you how to do today. You can
just ask my wife. I'm not brilliant.
You can be an average, everyday, normal individual. The only thing that you have to know how to do is copy and paste. So this is what I'm going to tell you guys. Go into your Facebook Messenger and send 25 minimum of these Facebook messages per day, right? And you could probably come up with every excuse in the book for why you wouldn't do this, all right? But let me tell you, if you choose to accept the excuses, well, then you're not going to get the results that Aaron Parker gets. You're not going to get the results that I get. And you always have to make a choice. Am I either going to be the action taker, or am I going to be the person that sits on my butt and does nothing? All right. And I'm a very direct, calm, to the point person. I don't really have a lot of patience for people who say, yeah, I want to succeed, but then they don't do anything, right? Because in life, if you don't do anything, you're not going to get any results. That's just how it works, right? So the very bare minimum, at least for your first 3 weeks in business, is what I always tell people, because it's about your warm first. I got so many big plans in this business that we'll get to in future calls when it comes to the cold market, because because I think that's going to be incredible in this business, the way that the system has been put together by the leadership here. But you got to start warm, because you can build so much right out of the gate before you even get to that. So the first challenge I've got for all of you guys today is, at the bare minimum for the next 3 weeks, I want you to send 25 private messages per day to every single friend on your Facebook list that just says this: hey, John, big that's happening. I'm right now launching a brand new team and can get you a top spot. The system we are using is incredible, and everyone gets access for free. Are you open to taking a look? Okay. And this is simple, right? You notice that there's no link here in the intro message. It's just a message. You are waiting for them to say yes before you actually send them the details, right? And so if you send that to 25 people, there's probably going to be at least 6 to 10 people a day at minimum that are going to reply back and say, yes, I'm willing to take a look. And when they say, yes, I'm willing to take a look, you just scroll down a little bit. You change this link to have your username in it. Aaron, if you could just scroll down like a half scroll. And you are going to go ahead and you are going to send this message that's on your screen right now. So my username is Raptor2, right? So all you need to do is you just need to take the Raptor2 out, and you need to put your username right where Aaron just highlighted the screen. And you're just going to send this very simple message that says, okay, great, here you go. Link, watch the video on this page, and then take a tour of the system. But please make sure you watch the entire video, because it will cover a lot of important information. As soon as you get access to your back office, watch the video with the owners of the company, as it's powerful. Then let's chat, but hurry and enter your name and email to take the tour, as that will secure your spot at the top of my team. And literally, that's all you send when people say yes. Here's what I see people do all the time that is the biggest mistake you will ever make in this industry. You are not the answer. You are not the person to solve any of these people's problems. You are not the person to answer any additional questions at this point in time. You do nothing else unless they go ahead and they put their name and email into your capture page, right? And by using your username at the back, those will be directly into the contact manager section of your back office. Let the system be what does the work for you. I can tell you, less is always more. And all the time I've been doing stuff in the online arena, people always talk themselves out of a sale over and over again. You do not need to do anything other than get this link in front of the people that say yes. So that's the second step, is when they say yes, send them this message. Aaron, you agree with me so far, or do you want to shut me down?
Yeah, 100%. One thing I will interject here, just something that I do slightly different, and it just depends on who I'm connecting with, and that is the link. So Cory is sending the link to the Win with Robert capture page, which I love that page, and I use that page as well. The second step to this, I would say, is to make sure they watch the and maybe it's on here. No, I don't see it. So I would definitely get them to watch the Power Team Hangout. Cory, do you do that anywhere in your process? Send them to the Power Team Hangout videos?
I'll kind of get to that on the next document if you're okay.
Cool.
All
right, sweet.
All right.
So I'll let him talk about that. And then with the only thing that I do different than what Cory's doing here is I actually lead with the Power Team. So the way that I would answer this, because a lot of people ask me, well, should I send the Power Team first, or should I send the capture page first? Because on the Power Team, they can click on the button and then it opts into your capture page. So the easiest way I would explain that is that if it's someone who you feel comfortable with, you're connected with them, on Facebook, you're friends with them, I'm sending all of those people to the Power Team, because I can just keep following up and making sure that, hey, I guess for me, it's like, I want to know that they're serious. So might I lose some people? They might go to the Power Team Hangout, and maybe they're like, no, and they just lose interest or whatever, and then they don't end up opting in. So I maybe lost some people. For me, partially, I'm like, that's okay, because I'm looking for people who are serious, people who are going to take the time to watch those Power Team Hangout videos, and then they'll click on the button and take the tour on my capture page. What Cory's doing is obviously working great, because he's getting the pre-enrollee immediately. So before he tells them what it is, before they even know what the company is, before they see anything, they have to opt in. And then the second step would be the Power Team Hangout. So either way, I love it. It's awesome. We have one question from Dawn, and that is, what if you don't have very many friends on Facebook? What would you say to that, Cory?
My answer is get more friends, right?
That's exactly what I just commented. I said, go make new friends.
The truth is, a lot of people don't know this, but if you just click on the little friend button on Facebook, right, it will start suggesting friends to you, and you can add about 10 friends a day, right? And Aaron probably does even more than that when he was in his early stages because he's crazy. You know, you can add at least 10 friends a day minimum on Facebook, and over time you'll build up an account that has 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 friends. So you just take a little bit of a step every single day like that. Cool, Aaron, if you don't mind heading back to the document, I'll just keep rolling here for the sake of trying to get this into 30 minutes, because I know we're about to fail. All right, so we'll scroll down a little bit. So that's the second message, and then here's the most important part, and this is the biggest difference between Aaron and I and often everybody else in this industry, is the word that Aaron's going to highlight 30,000 times right now, which is the word follow-up. You see, Aaron and I, we don't just get pre-enrolls. We work those pre-enrolls. So once somebody is a pre-enroll, and you know, we've sent them that second message and they've gone ahead and they've pre-enrolled, we're going to reach out to these people as many times as it possibly takes, because here's the difference. Most sales in business are going to happen on somewhere between the 5th and the 100th contact. And I'm going deep there because people do not do enough contacts. That is simply what it comes down to. So I send this message or something very, very similar to it via 3 forums. I send it at least 3 times a week. So that's a minimum of 9 contacts on the very, 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 very low end if I only do it 3 times, but I'm probably closer to daily. So I'll send a message that just says this, and I'm not going to read it right now because you guys can all read your screen, but basically it gives them instructions on how they can lock in their spot. So if I'm friends with them on Facebook, I message it to them on Facebook. If about half of our leads leave us their phone number, so I put all of those into my phone, into my contacts, and I text them this exact same message. And then I also email them this exact same message. And I send something very similar to this at least 3 times a week. But like I say, it's probably 5 or 6 if I'm being very, very, very honest, because the more contacts, the better. I want you guys all to understand this. People are worried about too many contacts. They're worried, am I going to piss this person off? Here's what I'm going to tell you. Why do you care? Okay, if they are not, like, here's the reality. They're not going to join or they're not going to join. You want to give them every opportunity to join. You want to give them every opportunity to take that action of actually moving forward. And you want to make sure they know how to move forward, because that's the biggest problem I see is people don't know how to move forward. So what that post does, that third one, is it makes them know how to move forward. And here's the reason I only have one, because I know this is where Aaron and I are a little different. One way is not right and one way is not wrong. Aaron's way is right, my way is right. They're both right. I only put one way on my document for the simple reason that when you are getting started, okay, what most people do is they suffer from what's called analysis by paralysis, all right? So if I was to give you 3 different things on this MDC private message document on what your choices could be for those messages, most of you are going to be like, I don't know which one to send, right? And here's what the reality is. They all work. What you send does not matter. It's not that big of a deal. You're talking about maybe a 1% difference point in whether or not it produces a result, right? So the point is to keep it really simple, not complicate it for yourself, and just go out there and actually do it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you actually go out there and do it, you're going to end up getting massive, massive results. So anyway, that's it for that document, but it's really that simple. We're going to post it. I would encourage you guys to just send that message to 25 people a day and go out there and crush it. Aaron, you have anything to add before we move to document number 2?
No, sir. I'm not going to slow you down. If you guys have questions and you're on live, go in the Facebook group, post your questions. We're here to help you get your questions answered.
Awesome. And Aaron, I'm okay with the questions taking it past 30 minutes, just so you know. The questions going past 30, but we can call that a success. All right, so if you want to go to the Cory's MDC leadership document, Aaron probably has like 30,000 windows open on his computer screen with a guy who's crazy and, you know, on top of things like him. You found it. Awesome. Okay. So here's the second document that we're going to post in the group. And I call these the 4 steps to fast track your way to the leaderboard. Okay. This is really simple. The first step is just what we just talked about. Okay. So step 1 is to make sure you're sending no less than 25 private messages per day that are exactly like the one that you just saw in the document that we are posting in the group. There's also a link in this document that takes you directly to that document. And I keep them separate because I don't even want you guys looking at this leaderboard process. 5 messages. Okay. I want you guys, if you're going to succeed, you got to get your tunnel vision on, and you just got to be like, man, I'm getting over myself. I'm getting over my own ego. I am not too good. I'm not too, you know, I'm not too powerful. I'm not too great of an individual to introduce something to somebody. That's all you're doing, is you are introducing an opportunity to no less than 25 people every single day. If you sent it to 24 people or less for your first 3 weeks in business, so what would that be? That would be about, I'm calling it about 300 to 500 contacts is what I want to see you guys all do in your first 3 weeks in business. If you don't do that, you're not serious, right? You're just here playing. You're just here dipping your toe in the water. You're just here waiting for somebody else to make you successful. And I don't know how else to say it. Don't wait for somebody else to make you successful, because that's not how life works, right? Make yourself successful. This is the easiest thing you could possibly do, all right? So you're going to send 25 of those messages. That's step 1, just following the directions in the document that we just showed you guys. Okay, let's move to step 2, Aaron, if you can scroll down a little bit. Okay, step 2, and this is vital, you guys. When I saw that Aaron had this, and when I saw this post that was in the vision page team and the vision team page, I'm like, okay, it makes a lot of sense to get all of my new pre-enrolls that I possibly can to see this. So what I do for step 2 is I look through all of my pre-enrolls, and to the best of my ability, I figure out which ones of them are on that I'm Facebook friends with. If I am Facebook friends with them, I immediately go to the vision team page and I add them to the vision page team. And then as soon as they've been added to the vision page team, I actually tag them in this post. And Aaron, I bet you if you click on that link, it'll take you directly to that post on the vision team. I'm not 100% sure, but it should. And this is just Robert Hollis. And I love this guy. Honestly, when Aaron told me he was working with Robert, and when I started looking into the guy, I'm like, yeah, this is a good dude. I really like him, and he's a great guy that can really help spur your members into action, which is incredible. And so basically, it's what's the next step, right? If you're pre-enrolled, what are you supposed to do next? And I'm always about getting people to the next step, right? And that's why as soon as they pre-enroll, the first thing I'm going to do is get them added to the pre-enrollee page. And I want you guys all to understand this. This page, the Vision Team page, is for pre-enrollees. It is designed to cause pre-enrollees to want to upgrade and get started in the business. So add them in the Facebook page and then tag them in that post. And Aaron, if you want, I don't know if that screen's still open, you can show them. If you scroll down, you'll see a bunch of myself and my team commenting and tagging people. Because you know what I kind of realized? Some people don't actually know what it means to tag people. And to people like you and I, Aaron, it's so darn obvious, right? But sometimes it's not, right? Like if you're new or not very familiar with Facebook, probably wasn't even in yet when you're right here, right? So this is me, right? Stop right there. This is me tagging a bunch of my people. And I can tell you, if you look at these names, probably half of them are enrolled now, right? Half of these pre-enrollees are in the business, right?
Cory, this is huge. I know that most people are not doing this, so this is huge.
Yeah. So you want to come here and you want to tag every single one of your pre-enrollees that you can possibly find a way to get into this group onto this page. Remember, you can't add them unless they're your friends, right? So I am always strategically trying to become friends with as many of my pre-enrollees as humanly possible, right? So anyway, that's the...
Here's another one right here, another post that Cory did. And guys, just to be clear, this is a specific video in the Vision Team group. It's called So You're Pre-Enrolled, Now What? And we will be providing the direct link to that right here in the document. Don't worry. But again, add your pre-enrollees to the Vision Team group. you simply go right here where it says add members. You do have to be friends with them. You can also, you can't do this with the Power Team group, but you can do it with the Vision group. You could actually just send them the link to, you know what, Cory? Actually, because this group is public, people don't even have to be members of the group to watch this video. Did you know that?
It's just that they're a lot less likely to watch it if they're not tagged in the post.
Absolutely.
Given direct directions to watch it.
I completely agree. But I'm just saying, don't stress if for whatever reason you can't get them in the group, because you could actually take this link up in the address bar of this video and send it directly to your pre-enrollees via Facebook message or email. Right now.
I'm going to send an email to all my pre-enrollees with that link. I never even thought about that.
You can actually send the link to the video.
An extra additional follow-up, right? Another touch, right? Aaron and I are about as many touches as we can possibly come up with a way to come up with, right? So I see that as just another extra added touch. You agree, Aaron?
Yep, and this is the link right here. This is the link. And here's what's funny is that when we go into the Power Team group, I just want you guys to see this. Watch this. Always pinned at the top of the group, getting started. Check this out.
It's there. That's how I learned about it.
Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Step 4, add them to the Robert Hollis group. And look, make sure they watch this video. This is currently in our Getting Started doc in the Power Team group. And guess what? This link right here, watch. Click on the link. And there's the video. It's right there. All ready for you guys.
Exactly. And that's where I got it from, Aaron. I just so you guys know, when somebody's successful, I just copy them. Right? You don't have to be brilliant, right? And that's what we're trying to say here today is it's so easy. Just copy what Aaron and I do. Okay, so let's move on to step 3 if you're good with it, Aaron. All right. So there are 3 emails that we're going to make sure that everybody has access to. Once again, this is another touch. So what I do is I send 3 emails that direct people to the Vision Team group, because remember, our goal is to get as many of our pre-enrollees into the Vision Team group. So step 3 is me adding an extra 3 touches, trying to get them to go, because let's face it, at least 50% of my pre-enrollees I'm not friends with on Facebook. That's just how it works out over time. And so I want to make sure, if you can scroll up just a little bit, Aaron, I want to make sure that I try to get as many of those people into the Vision Team group as possible. So when you actually read these 3 messages later, and we're going to have to put this link, I think this link is now broken, Aaron. We're going to have to stick that link into the Power Team group to give people access to those 3 emails. But those 3 emails, I loaded them into Aweber because I use Aweber. You can use it if you want to. Or what you can do is you can just have your own spreadsheet and you can send all your emails directly out from Gmail, whatever the heck you want. The point is just make sure you send the day 1, the day 2, and the day 3 email to all of your pre-enrollees as another way to try to get them into the Vision Team group. That's 3 more touches, right? Remember, I told you guys I'm about between 10 and 100 touches, right? Think about that. If you leave this call with one thing, my goal is to get to somewhere between 10 and 100 touches on every single one of my pre-enrollees, because the more touches I get, the more conversion I'm going to get. Awesome. Okay, so we can scroll down. So that's step 3, is to get those messages out. And then step 4, this is the biggest kicker of them all, right? This is the most important thing when it comes to working your pre-enrollees, is be relentless, like Aaron talks about. Aaron's more vocal than I am, but I am probably equally as relentless as him in my own kind of more quiet and subdued way. And so what I mean by that is I am sending the private message, okay, that last message that's in the other document, at least 3 times a week. But I am lying when I say 3 times a week. I'm sending it out pretty much every single day. All right. So usually I let them marinate for maybe 6 to 12 hours in the system before I send out that message. And then I am messaging it via Facebook when I'm friends with them. I'm also texting it for the half of my leads that give me their phone number, half of my pre-enrollees that give you my phone number. And just so you guys know, you guys can see all of your personal pre-enrollees, the ones that you're responsible for. You can see them in the contact manager section of your back office. All right. So I just look through them and I just do them one at a time. time, and I private message all the ones that are on Facebook. I text the ones that leave me a voicemail, or sorry, that leave me their phone number, and then I email every single one of them, because you have the email for all of them, so you can email every single one of your pre-enrollees. And this is a little service here that's in the document, and Eric can decide if he wants people to be able to use it or not. But I really like to use something like Mighty Text, which allows me to send 25 private messages at a time. And for me, that's very, very helpful, because then I'm not trying to go ahead and send 100 different private text messages one at a time. So that's why I use a service like that. There's a lot of different ones out there. But once again, if you've only got a few leads or whatever, you can by all means do it manually all by yourself. So Aaron, those are my directions. We're hitting the 30-minute mark on the dot there, but we can definitely take some questions and you can add what you want.
Yeah, I mean, just a quick side note. For those of you that don't have Aweber, you don't have an autoresponder service, the Mighty Text service that Cory mentioned, I actually just signed up for it. There's a free version that lets you send text messages, right? It's pretty cool. You could actually send text messages from your computer and it goes through your cell phone.
Yeah.
So it is a pretty cool service. Don't think that you have to have Aweber. Don't think you have to have Mighty Text. If you're getting like 10 pre-enrollees a day and you've got 100 plus pre-enrollees coming in, then it makes sense to maybe have some additional tools and things like that. But I'm telling you, initially, my biggest thing is just go to work. Go follow the scripts. Go contact everyone. Go get people into your back office. Guys, I've never used a texting service. And I've signed up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in businesses, and I've never used a texting service because I just do it manually through my cell phone. Right? You can email all of your leads through Gmail. You don't have to have Aweber. So just keep that in mind. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Wait, I can't do anything. I have to go get Aweber. No, you don't. So guys, if you have any questions and you're here live, don't hesitate. Jump in the Facebook group. Hit Cory with some questions. Back to you, my friend.
Awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, Aaron, I don't know if you can see the Facebook group right now or not, but if there's any questions, you can definitely throw them this direction. But I will just state my complete agreement with what you just said. And that's why I even write that in the document when you guys see added to the group. There's always a reason not to act. Well, but guess what? There's also a dozen more reasons to act. And you have to decide which person you're going to be. You have to make a choice whether you're going to be the individual that follows the reasons to act or follows the reasons not to act. And only one of those two groups of people is going to be successful. It's very obvious which. So I'm going to ask you a really direct question right now that you should all answer in your heads. And that's this. Are you going to be the person that sends no less than 25 private messages per day for at least the next 3 weeks? Or are you going to be the person that makes an excuse for why you're not going to do it? Right? That's really what it comes down to. You have to make that conscious, very, very, very simple decision. Here's what I can tell you guys. Be so grateful that you're in Aaron's team, because the truth is I align myself with him for a reason. And that's that I'm not going to do what he does, right? I don't want to run a group like this Facebook group. I've done it before. And we are so blessed that we have a place that we can plug people into where we can kind of rally together and work as a team and use everybody's various different strengths, because not everybody has to have the same strengths. So know that I'm not Aaron Parker, and I already have 33 people enrolled. So if I have 33 people enrolled, if you just do what we told you to do today, you can enroll 33 people too, right? There's nothing brilliant, nothing genius about this process other than Aaron and I got the guts to take action, and you got to decide whether you got the guts to take action or not. So Aaron, that's pretty much all I got to say. I don't know if there's any questions that you want to bring up there or not, but if you do, we can definitely take them.
All right, guys, who has questions for Cory? I am looking in the Facebook group. While we're just going to hang out here for a minute, take a quick second, drop a comment, and just give Cory a big congratulations on going 5K in 9 days and enrolling 30 people. And I do have a really important question for you, Cory. So you guys are going to want to stick around for this question because this is a big one. And thank Cory as well, because the vast majority of people watching this video are not in Cory's team. he's doing this to help the whole power team, which is really something that makes me feel beyond passionate and excited about what we're doing together as a team. I have like 100 browsers open right now. As a team, we have leaders who are stepping up, who are going to provide training, provide value to help the whole power team. And Cory is doing that right here, right now. So thank you, Cory. Make sure when we're done, guys, that you give him a big thanks. And as a side note, and this is going to be for all of our leadership spotlight trainings that we do, nobody's allowed to private message Cory and ask him questions. If you do, he's going to say this: great question, post it in the power team group, because he just can't take questions from everybody that are not a part of his team. And it will help everyone if right here on this post in Facebook, in the power team group, ask your question here, even all of you watching the recording, and then Cory can answer it here, and that helps everyone. So that's the way that we're going to do that. And guys, these books are must-read books. If you're wondering, like, well, how do I, talk to 25 people a day? How do I get out of my comfort zone? How do I stop worrying about what other people think? Get your hands on these books. Go for No. This is the original. This like changed my life. And then this one is specifically for network marketers. I mean, spend the $10 and it could make you thousands. It's an incredible investment. I would highly recommend. Let me just see here if we have any quick questions for you guys. All right. So if you didn't have Facebook, how would you get signups? So I'll answer that first, and then I'll give it to you, Cory. So first of all, I'm going to just let you guys know, Facebook has been the #1 way for me to generate literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in income over the last 5 years that I've been full-time as a network marketer. Facebook. And I want to share something with you very important, and I need all of you to really get this, and Cory's going to give you his version of this as well. Because I had someone today, a prospect, well, Aaron, I don't have the contacts that you have, so I can't be successful like you. And I know a lot of people probably think that, and many of you might be thinking that, like, it's, good for you, Aaron, good for you, Cory. You have a list, or you already have a lot of contacts. What about me? I don't have contacts like you guys do. And so here's what I have to say to that. I have a news flash for you. Do you realize that there was a time about, 6-7 years ago when I was starting out online, I had no list, I had no friends, I had no contacts, I had no advantage, I had no relationship. Like, I was there. And so if all I did was say, well, I don't have what they have, and I don't have contacts like all these other people have, guess what? I would still be working a job, and I would be broke, struggling in Indiana where I was. But instead, what did I do? I made friends. I created relationships. I connected, like Cory said, with 25 people a day on Facebook. And so I'm not saying you have to do it this way. I'm just saying it works. And you have to lose the mindset of weakness, of victim, of, well, I don't have what you have, because as long as you hold on to that, you're not going to get to the top. You have to let that go and just say, oh, there was a time when Aaron had no list. He didn't have any contacts. Same thing with Cory. And so how did they do it? They figured it out. They put in the work. And so I literally, and I'll do a whole nother training on this another day, would go into Facebook. You can literally go, my browsers are slowing things down. You can literally go into Facebook and you can find millions, literally millions of people who are marketers, and you can just connect. Reach out, make conversation, make new friends. And that is what I did. And if you connect with 10, 20 people a day, new people, you are now doing, and you will become and create that network that we've created over the years. So hopefully that helps. And Kathy, my wife, just said, do you have contacts in your phone? Great point. You know, my big thing I'll say is this. Have you sent a text message to everyone in your phone about these products or about this business? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Have you sent a private message to all of your Facebook friends? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Start there. Okay, we're going to be teaching you a lot of ways to expand out and find new people. Don't worry, but start with the people you know. Cory, back to you. Take that one.
I'd say the same thing. Number one, you can do the exact same thing on your phone as we're teaching you to do on Facebook Messenger. So you could do the exact same thing. But the most important answer is what I said. So it's 4 words, right? That's really the only answer, right? Like, Aaron, there's no clearer way that you could say it than what you said it. And I don't know, Aaron, maybe it would be helpful, because I know sometimes you and I have been around and some things are so simple to us in our mind. But why don't we just go click on the friend button on Facebook and show people where it shows them how they can start adding friends and how they could just request 10 friends per day on Facebook to start growing their Facebook account maybe there's like 10% of this call that only has 10 friends on Facebook, right?
All right, so where do you want me to go? Right here on my friends?
Yeah, so click on the little where it says 63 at the top right. To the left of that is your friends, like your networking button. Oh, you're there already. Sorry.
No worries.
All right, and then you can click Find Friends. I haven't done this in a while, so
I haven't either. Right here, Find Friends.
Yeah. All right. And then you can, if you scroll, I think for most people on this page, it actually shows them, like if you scroll down further, it's going to give some recommendations. You're just like me and you got so many requests that you haven't accepted. Yeah, right. Add friend.
People you may know.
Right. And you can just go, and I really like to do it based on when I was doing this in the past. It would be like if I had lots of mutual friends, then that would often be somebody that I would request add as a friend because it was more likely that they'd accept me. So if you're that's the answer. Go get the contacts, right? That's really what it comes down to. Don't be, I don't know how to say this, and I say this respectfully, but don't be the lame person that's like, I don't have the contacts, so I'm never going to have the contacts, right? That's just lame, because nobody starts with the contacts. There's not a person on this call that ever starts with the contacts. We all had to do something to get the contacts, right? And this is an easy way to start to grow your account so you have more people to reach out to. So.
Absolutely, guys. You just have to get that no excuses mindset. Here's a quick question from, looks like Katie. Is there a different message you would send to people that would only be interested in the product, not the business? I would say yes. I would send them to your product page, probably the HempWorks, or just your mydailychoice.com/username, and they can learn all about the products from there.
Yeah, exactly. Katie, I'd go look at all the different options you have for web pages in your back office, exactly like Aaron was basically just saying. And I just, create a message that I was going to send for those types of people that would say something like, hey, I just started using this product. I thought of you. It's helped me in this way, and I think this is something you'd be interested in. And then I'd say, would you like to check it out, right? Something like that, right? Something really, really simple. But it's not a focus of mine, so it's just not something I've done.
All right, so a quick question here from Ingrid. I can't find the emails of my new pre-enrollees. So all of your pre-enrollees who fill out the form on your capture page are going to go into your back office right here under Contact Manager. This is the Contact Manager, and this is where all of your pre-enrollees are going to go.
Can I add something to this, Aaron? Yeah. People are always so confused about this, and here's what I want you to understand. Only the people that show up in the Contact Manager are the people that you are responsible for.
Okay? Yes.
You look at the other areas and you see all the massive amounts of people that might be in the binary somewhere. Those are pre-enrolled by other people. Okay, the people that you are responsible for following up for with the way that we're teaching you on this call are the ones that show up in the Contact Manager only, because they are personally enrolled by you.
Absolutely. Lena, how long do you chat with someone you don't know when making new friends before you ask if they're open to taking a look? So for me, and my wife has been doing this on Facebook, just, kind of starting out, and she's been asking me questions like, what do I say now? And how long do I talk before I kind of, go into talking about business? And Cory, I'll let you touch on this as well. I think for me, you just kind of got to feel it out. For me personally, I don't have time to have like long conversations to get warm and fuzzy with people. I'll usually talk or chat for maybe like literally a minute or less. And then it goes right into, something like, are you currently in a home business? How long you've been doing that? Are you having the type of success that you would like to have? Or it could go into something like, hey, I posted one of these scripts in the group. Hey, look, John, I'm just going to, cut right to it, or I'm just going to get right to it. I'm just going to come out here and say it. I've just launched a brand new business, and the marketing system is unlike anything I've seen before. And I'd love to get your opinion. Are you open to taking a look? So use Cory's scripts, use the scripts we have in the group, but just whatever it feels, whenever it feels good, you just got to go for it. And you just ask the question, and as a side note, you don't want to say something like, would you like to take a look at my business? Because they're going to say no. Use the scripts. Are you open to taking a look? And then you could say, I'd love to get your feedback. Most people will say, sure, I'm open. So there you go, Cory.
Yeah, I'll just add to that. I may be a little bit more of I just don't care. So here's the right way to say it. And I mean this in a very kind way, because I really care about people, but I am not attached to the result. So when I say I don't care, what I mean is I'm not attached to the result. So here's what you got to understand is if somebody is friends with you on Facebook and they don't know you very well, they might feel like they're supposed to know you, right? They're like, why am I friends with this person? Where did I know them from? I don't remember why I'm friends with them, or I don't remember how we got connected. So I don't overanalyze. I just send the message. Like literally, I just take the first message from the MDC private message document. I copy it and I put it in. I do not try to get in a long conversation. Here's my philosophy. If Aaron came to me and he tried to have this, minute-long conversation with me or 3-minute-long conversation with me, and he kind of tooted my horn for a couple minutes and made me feel all good about myself, and then he tried to send me a link, I'd be like, screw you, right? That's what I would do, right? So for me, my whole perspective is a little different. I'm like, I'm just going to send you the link. If you're interested, you're going to say yes. If you're not, you're either not going to respond or you're going to say no, right? And I'm going to move on. So that's my answer to the question. I got a little bit more of a cutthroat way of dealing with that. And that might just be because of my simplistic nature. I'm like, literally, you guys, I just do what's on that document. I do not complicate it at all. And what I've seen over my years in this industry is people complicate, and you don't need to complicate. You just need to do it, right? So that's my encouragement.
Awesome, guys. I don't see any other questions. So last chance, going once, going twice. Post your question in the group for Cory. Cory, I know I kind of touched on it, but for me, it would be Facebook. It just goes back to what did I do in the beginning when I didn't have contacts. I would be on Facebook, connecting, networking, finding new friends, sending 20 to 30 private messages every day to network marketers. And I would be just going crazy, excited, passionate about the marketing system and asking them, hey, would you like to, check out this marketing system that we have with our company that is enrolling, or you could say that is helping to enroll people daily on autopilot. Those are some fancy terms there, but it kind of really grabs their attention. Are you open to taking a look? And even if they're in another business, doesn't matter. Get them to take a look at the marketing system. Get them to pre-enroll. Your entire focus every day has to be getting people to pre-enroll every single day. Cory was a little blunt with you guys. I'll be blunt with you right here. If you're serious about this business, if the day ends literally every day, we'll say 6 days a week, and you haven't gotten at least 2 people to take the tour on your capture page, you're not serious. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm just being blunt. I'm coming from a place of love because I want to help you. like my goal is 10 a day. If I'm not getting 10 people to fill out the form, these aren't like leads, like I'm not driving traffic. This is real people I'm connecting on Facebook. 10 a day. You know, it's 6 p.m. when we started this training and I'm already over 10 and it's Saturday. So make your goal at least 2 a day, minimum 2 people. And you can't like, well, I skipped a few days. No. It has to be every single day, at least 2. So Cory, the question is, what would you do if you had no list, you had no network, you were brand new? You know, you mentioned some of the Facebook stuff, but give it to us really quick. What would you do to build this business if you didn't have a network, you didn't have a list?
And I didn't have friends on Facebook yet?
You know, let's say, I mean, let's keep it real. Everyone has some friends on Facebook. So let's say you've only got 100 friends on Facebook.
So number one,
you don't know very many network marketers. So how would you go build this business?
Yeah. So number one, start with where you are, right? If you have 100 friends, okay, if you have 100 friends, that means you've got 4 days in a row of 20. You got 25 messages on Facebook if you've only got 100, okay? If you've got 300, well, then you've got 12 days in a row of 25 messages on Facebook. If you've got 500 friends on Facebook, you got no excuses about getting to my 3 weeks of 25 messages a day, right? That's what it comes down to. So if you're not at that point yet where you have 500 friends on Facebook, well, then I would start getting to 500 friends, right? I'd very, very simply, because you want to grow that network, I'd start making 10 friend requests per day, right? But then the second thing I do is I would go outside of Facebook, right? And I would do exactly what Kathy brought up. And I would go to my contact list on my phone and see if that could be another 25 contacts for me. But the fastest place, the place where you're going to build your list of contacts the fastest, is always going to be Facebook. It's the easiest. And here's what I want to say to you guys. I don't try to teach what I don't do. I only teach what I do. I believe that there's a great lack of ethic in teaching what you don't do. So I'm very, very blunt, right? And my perspective is this is what I do, right? So if you want to get the result that I get, then do what I do, right? And that's what I'm saying to everybody today is, so if you don't have 500 friends yet, right? Well, you're going to have to start to build up that list. So add that 10 to 20 friends a day on Facebook. And then you know, you might only get to 10 days in a row of 25 contacts because you only have 250 friends, but you can build your way there so that you keep on growing and keep on developing, and kind of over time your list gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Remember, a result is a result. Not everybody has to enroll 56 people like Aaron Parker. Not everybody has to enroll 33 people like Cory Reynolds, right? You know, 3 and 5 and 6 is a result. And that's such a good point. One of the coolest things about this company is that when you make 4 sales, you get a share in their pool, which is they give 2% of company revenue. And so your first goal should be to sign up 4 people, and then you should celebrate when you sign up 4 people, because you are going to get to be one of the people that has at least 1 share of that 2% of company revenue. So never be into the zone that it's 56 or nothing or 33 or nothing. Do the most that is humanly possible for you. Do 25 as many days in a row as you possibly can. And if you get there before 3 weeks, like I mentioned earlier, then just keep growing that friend list on Facebook. So that's my advice, because that's what an excuseless person would do. Whereas the person who's going to kind of submit to the excuses, right? You can make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both, right? The person that's going to submit to that is never going to be the person that has 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 friends. So that it is really easy to network as they continue to move forward. So,
bam! I love it. All right, guys. So that is a wrap.
Awesome.
We are going to close this out. I just posted a comment in the group on the same thread where you're watching this in our Facebook group, and it says my secret to daily signups. I just posted this today. You'll see a picture of this book, Relentless, another amazing book. Read that post, because I break down some specific things that will help you kind of break through, get out of your comfort zone, and kind of, you know, just have that breakthrough. I think we all need to have that breakthrough. And if you look at the people who are successful, who are getting promoted, who are getting signups, one thing they all have in common, at least in my, opinion, is that they don't let people, the opinions of others stop them. Cory talked about excuses. You can either make excuses or you can make money. You kind of have to like draw that line in the sand and just say, you know what? I can't make any excuses about my lack of success. And it took me about 10 years in network marketing to finally like draw that line in the sand. Can't blame my, my spouse, can't blame my kids, can't blame my upline, can't blame my sponsor, can't blame anyone. It has to be just a 100% responsibility. So check out that post. Again, if you have any additional questions for all the replay viewers, post them here on this thread. We'll get them answered for you. Cory mentioned getting 4. This is your number one goal. If you want to know what your number one goal is right now, like something to shoot for, and you're brand new, it's not 5K affiliate. It's get your 4. Ideally, you've got 2 on one side, 2 on the other, 2 on one leg, 2 on the other. You want to get 4 people enrolled as fast as possible. Success loves speed. I guarantee you, if you get 1 sign up this month and 1 sign up next month, and you get 1 sign up per month for 4 months, the amount of success that you'll have in this business is going to be very, very little. Versus if you got all 4 in your first week. Because what that does is it creates momentum. And when your business has momentum, that's when you create success. So you want to become obsessed, go on a mission to go get your 4 as fast as possible. And if you do it before the end of this calendar month, like Cory said, you're going to get a share. Now, it doesn't pay a lot, just letting you know, but it's still cool to be able to say that you're getting a share in the global bonus revenue pool of the entire company is really cool. 4 personal signups by the end of this calendar month, and you get a share in the global bonus pool. That's really cool. Shoot for that. Make it happen. Create that momentum in your business. You'll be glad you did. So, Cory, any final words for the power team, my friend?
I just want to say I'm very proud of myself. We're going to end this in the next 60 seconds, which means I'm the first person to keep you under an hour on a training call ever. So all that to say, you guys, just go do 25 messages at least a day for the next 3 weeks, and let's close it off right there because I just feel this is an amazing record.
Woohoo! Thank you, Cory, so much for your time. You rock, my friend. Bye,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thanks, Aaron.